Have you ever wondered why blank PCBs are often manufactured in one large panels of several PCBs, and how are these panels then separated? If the design of the connection of PCB onto one large blank panel is incorrect, and when separated it's easy to damage the components installed on the edges of PCBs or damage copper tracks. Let's figure it out. For convenience and speed up of assembling and soldering, PCBs are combined into a panel of several PCBs. PCBs may be similar, may be different in one panel. This can be one panel with 4 large printed circuit boards or a panel with 20 small PCBs. After assembling and soldering, these PCBs must be separated from each other, and there are several methods. I will tell you about two most popular. Method 1. V-scoring. This method of separation is used in cases where the printed circuit board has a square or rectangular shapes without roundings. V-shaped grooves are cut along the lines of the future separation on both sides of the PCBs. In places of the V-shaped grooves, the thickness of the PCB remains 33% of the total thickness. This is enough for rigidity of the panel when placing electronic components, reflow and ease of separation at the finish of the assembly cycle. It would seem to be a simple cut, but this is exactly what greatly speeds up the process of PCB assembling cycle. PCB separator with roller knives rolling along the cuts must often use it for separation in PCB assembling manufacturing. Fast method, neat edge, suitable for large batches of printed circuit board, works only for straight lines. When splitting, non-critical mechanical stresses are created, so components and copper tracks should be spaced at least 3 mm from the edge. Method 2. Milling and holes in jumpers. The contours of all PCBs in one panel are cut with a milling cutter. To hold all PCBs in one panel, small jumpers with small holes are left. The method is used for PCBs of complex shapes, with curved lines and internal cutouts. Such a panel must be separated by carefully breaking the jumpers with pliers or another tool, holding the board and bending it. If necessary, jumpers and boards can be cleaned with a file for metal or emery stone. If remains of jumpers don't interfere, you can leave them. But look at remains of jumpers on the edge. These remains can be a real nightmare for the aesthetics of PCB. In my work, I separated such PCBs with pliers and side cutters. The method works, although it looks ugly. Therefore, a file for metal or emery stone are your best friends. Pros: allows you to combine printed circuit boards of any shape into a panel. The panel remains strong and does not deform. Cons: after separation, remains must be manually cleaned. Important rule when designing. A key point that even experienced engineers forget. If components are too close to the edge of PCB, then get ready for problems. Don't place components and copper tracks close to the edge of PCB. The minimum distance is 3 mm from the separation line. Why? First, there is a high probability of damaging the conductors and risk of damaged soldered components when separating. Second, you can tear out the pads with SMD components when separating. Third, when placing components on pick-and-place machine, the edge components pads may be hidden behind the conveyor clamp, and then you will have to solder the edge components manually. Before ordering PCBs and panels, be sure which methods of panelization you want to use for separation, V-scoring or milling. It would seem that this is a simple video, but that's exactly why companies lose thousands of dollars on defects, damaging boards and manual PCB repairing. Subscribe and like this video, write a comment. This is important for YouTube recommendation and for me. In description you'll find links to my website with soldering fluxes for electronics, diamond flux, highly recommend. Also links to consulting services. Thank you for watching. See you next video.